Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. So you see the black sex lynx and Sunny are over here eating a scratch. And all the Easter eggers and the one barnyard mix are all over here eating their scratch. But look, the gate's open. What don't you see? Well, Sue and Sunny have been going at each other through the fence, which normally that would not be a problem. But unfortunately, Sue got his feet hung up into the chicken wire, and I just got home from work, and he was hanging upside down in the chicken from his feet in the chicken wire, and he's stiff, so he's been that way for quite a while today. So he did not survive. Chickens can't hang upside down for long periods of time, and he's probably been that way for several hours. So his spur and his toes got caught into the wire, and he couldn't get it out. So we lost the one that we considered a pet. Sunny is his offspring. So I've still got that gene line going, I hope. He was still doing his job too, even though he's the oldest one here. So hopefully if I can get some hens to set on some eggs, I'm going to leave that gate open because I've only got one rooster, and I know all the black sex lynx go in here with Sunny, and all the rest of them go over there if I get another rooster. So he can take care of all of them. So not good news. I have not even told my kids yet. I will when I get through making this little short video. But I was going to show you something. My grandson and I, backside of the building here where that old freezer was and old double stainless steel sink and all that, we got all that pulled out, got all the vines cut. I plan on coming through there with the mower, but I'm gonna take that old freezer and put it back there where I keep a bunch of old lawnmowers and stuff, just to get it out of the dadburn yard. And that there is just a metal box, so I'll stick it somewhere. But we got that pile cleaned up, and I did dig out some more tomato cages. I was down to 2. I think I found 5 or 6 more. So we got that eyesore cleaned up. I'm still going to have to do something with some of this, like them old Pepsi Cola crates, 2-liter crates right there. They need a home. Not here. I filled my dumpster up, so they didn't dump it last week for whatever reason. But we moved the bikes and the bicycles and the motorized bicycle, everything over here to get it out of our way while we were cleaning all this out, cutting the vines and the weeds and all that. So anywho, I need to go in there with the machete and cut all them little shoots coming off the bottom of that pear tree over there, because I don't want it to grow back. It had fire blight too bad, and it just wasting energy. But I'm gonna do that in the next, if not today, in the next few days. But either way, I'm sorry I lost Sue, but it was his fault for trying to fight his son through the fence. But anyway, I got him. I'm gonna have to take care of him now. And what I've done with other chickens that died for no reason, you know, like that, fighting, or a hawk attacked them or something, I bury the whole thing in the compost pile. And that's probably what's going to happen to Sue. He's gonna go back to turn to dirt, as the Bible says, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. He'll end up turning back into dirt and be part of the garden. So anywho, at least we got some of the stuff cleaned up, and I plan on doing something with that old push mower that I can't get to run. I had a guy look at it one time, and he said it'd run, and I never could get it to crank. So I plan on getting rid of some of this stuff to get it out of the doggone way. And I'm thinking about putting one of them milk crates right there in each pen, And hopefully I can get a hen that'll get broody and set on some eggs, because the eggs won't roll away in those milk crates, and that's what I used for years. But they'll roll away with them boxes that I've got. So if I can get a hen that's broody, I'm gonna let hen set on some eggs and hatch some babies, and then I'll have a third pen with nothing but the babies in it, so I don't have to worry about them getting picked on until they get big enough to mix in with the flock. So that's the goal anyway. All right, well, I'm gonna get off of here, get Sue taken care of, get a shovel, go down there and bury it in the middle of that compost pile, and kind of keep an eye on the chickens the rest of the day. I hope nothing happens to Sonny. He's the last of the line. So if I can get I loaned my incubator to somebody, the one I bought last year that had like a 90+% hatch rate. I loaned it to somebody, and they've had it for several months, and then they're gonna tell me the other day, oh, we got it out and cleaned it up and plugged it in, and it quit. It won't even come on. So I said, well, just bring it back to me, because I'll take it apart and see if there's a blown fuse or something. But I don't want to have to buy another one right now if I don't have to. So I'm going to show you one more thing I did. So I got to get the top shelf screwed down. It's just setting up there. But I built a little desk for my grandson. He wants to get into CB radio so he can talk to his pawpaw. And his daddy says he can have one. So I plan on getting one of my extra base stations tuned up and done. And eventually we're going to get one set up at his house. But he also needed a desk for doing homework and stuff. So I'm going to use some wood filler and fill in the screw holes and sand those parts down. I've sanded every single piece, but I'll sand it down after I get it finished putting it together, and then wipe it down. And then you see I got it sitting on some boards, and then wipe it down. And my son-in-law wants us to paint it before we put it into his room. It's 37 and a half inches wide. I think I built it out of 3/4 MDF so it wouldn't warp and bow so much. And my original plan was to put a board in here and in here to keep those shells from bowing. But I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know, I may cut a curved one and put in there or something. I don't want to take up the desk space. It's 28 inches deep, or 26 inches deep, and 37 inches wide. And it's heavy enough that it'll hold whatever he puts on it. And I put strips of wood under the shelf so that it's stronger the way it's put together. And I got to get some of the gaps tightened up and finish putting that top board on. But my grandson and I built this yesterday after church. Went and bought the materials, got home, drew it out, cut the boards, and got it mostly put together. So he wanted to help make him a desk, and we're gonna do that. Now, we ain't trying to be fancy with it. It's made out of MDF after all. But you know, $100 for 2 sheets of 3/4 MDF plus the screws. Y'all do the math. It ain't cheap to build nothing anymore, but he'll be happy with it. It'll last him a long time, and we're gonna get it painted before I take it to his house. So it'll be here for another week or two. His daddy also required him to get his room cleaned up, and because it was a disaster. But I did help him for an hour or two yesterday when I took him home, and work on his room, and he made big improvement. He still wasn't done when I left, but he was almost done. So anyway, if my grandson wants to talk to me on the CB radio, Pawpaw's gonna find a way to make it happen. So anywho, guys, I appreciate y'all watching the channel, subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, leaving me a comment. I appreciate each and every one of those things, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared.